Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jazmyn W,
Hey,
and this is my insecure reaction video. We are on episode
7, girl.
Season 4. I'm trying to do this video before the sun goes down, so it's gonna be quick. I really enjoyed this episode. This is probably one of my favorite episodes of the whole season because I felt like there was some depth and we got to see Molly. Let's get right into it. I always like to start off with a few things I noticed throughout the episode, and then we talk about the main overarching topic that I choose, and this episode is going to be picking your battles.
Ooh, child, yes.
Yeah. So the first thing that I noticed is we got to see Molly's perspective at the beginning of the episode. She actually saw Issa pull up to the restaurant and get out of her car, and she was prepared to have like a conversation with her. She was mentally preparing to have a conversation with her, right? And then she saw Issa get back in the car and she was shocked, but also you didn't get up to try to stop Issa or nothing like that. So I guess both of y'all was just shocked, you know? Okay. And I definitely feel where Molly and Issa are coming from not wanting to talk about it right then, or, you know, not feeling maybe like their friendship can go on, so they just decided not to have that conversation. I totally get both ends here. The one thing that confused me though is Molly got back to her house and her man was there and she didn't have no food or nothing. Did y'all notice that?
Empty-handed.
I'm like, she ain't got no food. Did she eat at the restaurant without him and then decided to come home and he was there? Like, I'm confused about how that went down. And this goes back to what I said in the past, I guess, on my previous reviews, is Andrew don't ever be at home. I guess because he has a roommate and Molly doesn't, and so he's always over her house, I guess. I don't know. I just be like, when are we gonna go to your house, Andrew? Like, why you over here chilling on my stuff, work? You know, like, I guess when you got a boyfriend and you like him or whatever, you want him to be around, you want him to be over your house. She don't have a roommate, fine, I'll let it go. The next thing I wanted to talk about is, this is something that maybe my husband loves about me and hates about me probably, but I'm very outspoken. Kim was on the plane talking about, oh, this is my day 3 after my divorce. I would have said, okay, well, you know what? Enjoy your time. Just because you are in people's spaces don't mean you have to have a conversation with them. I'm sorry. Like, you literally do not have to have a conversation with this woman just because she's on a plane with y'all.
You don't.
Like, I'm here with my man. We're chilling. We're trying to have a good vacation. I don't have to make conversation with you. I'm glad that you and your husband decided to separate and this is your newfound freedom, but we're not about to talk about that. Go ahead, close your eyes. Good night. Okay? Like, and I think every time I do that in public, my husband kind of like cringes, but he's also very relieved that he didn't have to say nothing and that I said something. We saw some awkward sex stuff between Molly and Andrew this episode. The first thing was, I guess he put his fingers on her vagina on the plane.
Oh my goodness. No, ma'am.
What? You mean to tell me you didn't went through security, got on the plane, touched all the seats on the plane? Do y'all know how nasty a plane is? Do y'all know how disgusting an airport is? You think you're gonna go all the way through airport security and make it through and touch my vagina? You a damn lie. I have some jokes about that. Like, we still out here doing that in 2020? Like, you putting fingers on vagina in 2020? Like,
not with COVID.
The fact that you get on a plane and buckle up your seatbelt and think you about to touch my vagina is a problem. I don't know where they do that at. I really don't. I don't know where they do that at. Nasty. That also reminded me, like, Andrew brought some more advanced sexual stuff on the trip. And Molly brought lingerie. Like, nobody lays out their lingerie. Like, you just put it on and you surprise your man. You don't lay it out. He don't really care to see. He actually literally does not care about the lingerie at all. Like, he literally does not care. It is the act of putting it on. If I showed my husband lingerie right now, he would literally be like, okay. Like, he would literally not care, versus putting it on is like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that she pulled out the lingerie and laid it down and expected him to get like any excitement, you know, like from that was really funny to me. And he pulled out all the little trinkets and trinkets. I see you, Andrew. But listen, I think that on vacation is the perfect time to sort of explore those things that you wouldn't normally explore on a Tuesday. You know, when you in Mexico and you got a little tequila, you got a little tequila, you might want to explore some of those things, Molly, so go ahead. And then the last thing about their like sexual awkwardness is I'm mad that we literally had to watch Molly get her booty eaten. Like,
I'm upset.
Why are we doing this? Like, first of all, that is not something that I like to partake in personally. But do you get your booty eaten with lingerie on? Like, is that a thing? Or do you be naked? I thought you were supposed to be naked with your legs up, like
your feet ashy. Put your
I thought you were supposed to. This is how you supposed to do it,
girl.
I didn't know you were supposed to have lingerie on while you did it. I don't know. I'm not the expert, so y'all let me know. And the last thing I'll say about Andrew's brother and his sister-in-law planning the trip, I actually like it when people do that for me. Like, I love to be like not having to think on vacation and just rolling with the flow, you know. Oftentimes, like, if me and my husband go on vacation, like, I'll plan a couple of things, but he doesn't really even like plans. He just like likes to relax and just kind of
do nothing,
chill and go with the flow. And I'm just learned to be very cool with that, because I used to be the type of person that wants a plan, wants a schedule. And I guess just the older I get, it's the more it's like I literally do not care, as long as I'm like sipping on something and in the sun and wearing something cute and feeling cute. But with girlfriends, I do like it when there's one girl who's like really anal about planning and likes to plan everything, and I just literally just have to do nothing but show up with money and a smile. I love that. So I really like the fact that Molly kind of leaned into and kind of let go and let somebody else plan for her. But that brings me to the main topic that I wanted to talk about, and it's like picking your battles. As a Black person, as a Black woman, we have to do this quite often. You know, we have to pick our battles a lot. Do I think we have to pick our battles more than Asian people and Asian women do? Yes.
Duh.
I could tell that conversation was so real. Just because you are Asian doesn't mean that you understand the Black experience. And I think that instead of cursing and telling him F you and all that stuff, I think Molly completely handled that situation the wrong way. I think if it was a stranger, I wouldn't even handle it like that. I don't necessarily think that Molly handled the towel situation wrong, because I could see myself handling it the same way. I really wouldn't go back and forth with her. I would just say, but you didn't ask them for no towel. Why is that? And I would wait for her to respond. And then when she went to hand him the towel, I probably would have snatched it and walked off. But, you know, that was like very disrespectful towards the brother, the way that she handled it. I don't know. Like, walking off on the brother like that, it was super disrespectful. And then the way that she handled it in the pool, like, she didn't tell no lies. Like, there are times where I feel like Asian people only stand up for social injustices or racism or discrimination when it benefits them. And I think a lot of other people feel that way. Black people feel that way, and maybe Latina people feel that way. I don't know if they do, but I can only speak for myself. But I feel that way as a Black woman sometimes, because I don't see my Asian friends posting about Black men being killed. I just don't. Actually, I see a lot of Asian men posting about that stuff and not a lot of Asian women that I know. I think it was one of those situations where Molly really should have picked her battles. So I think that the way she handled the towel situation was completely fine, because we've all been there and it's annoying. But I think she should have picked her battles in the fight that she had with the brother. She should have just explained to him, like, as a Black woman, I understand you're Asian American or whatever, but as a Black woman, you could never understand the microaggressions that I come into contact with every day. So it's a very real thing. And I'd appreciate if you just respect my opinion, because Black people know when it's because of race, you know, and if we let it go every single time, we're gonna come to a point to where we just can't let it go no more. And that was just one of those moments I couldn't let it go, because she should be asking everybody for their card and not just the Black women or the Black people that come and need a towel. So I would have gotten him all the way together,
politely,
but I would have done it in a respectful way, because you never want to be dating someone, engaged to someone, married to someone, and cussing out their siblings or their family members. Like, it's not something that you want to do, especially the first time that you meet them. Now, sometimes a brother-in-law, sister-in-law need a little good cursing out when y'all been together for a minute, you know?
Ooh, yes.
You know, when you're married and you've been around family for a really long time, like, sometimes people need to be put in their place. You know, I never recommend cursing, but sometimes they need to be, you know, told about themselves. This really wasn't one of those situations. And I also will say that when Molly told Andrew, not you, I think that we have to have those open discussions with people of color, no matter what background they have. It's like, you may not be the person I'm talking about, but you know there are plenty of Asian American people who just ignore racism against Black people. Picked her battle, yes, at the towel station. Picked her battle, no, when it came to Andrew's brother. I'd love to know what you guys thought about it. Like I said, I have Asian friends who do speak out about racism, but oftentimes they don't. So, you know, I think at this point I probably have more white friends that reach out, that speak out against injustice against Black people or Latino people more than the Asian friends that I have. And that's just my personal experience. And I do have some really good Asian friends, and they never post about that kind of stuff. It's probably not because they don't care. It's just probably like politics. But that's exactly what we're talking about, right? If you're not willing to speak out because of politics, then
that's worse.
You're kind of being silent, which kind of means that you're not really helping anybody by doing that, except for the people who are trying to constantly hold a sister down. Anyway, I hope that was a really good review. I managed to do it before the sun went down, so I didn't have to pull out any lighting or anything. And did y'all watch my video on this wig, myfirstwig.com? If you didn't watch it, go ahead and get into it. Click on that video next, because I want y'all to see how I struggledly installed this wig. And yeah, I appreciate you for watching this video. If you're on Facebook, don't forget to like this video, like my page. If you're watching on YouTube, honey, why haven't you subscribed yet? Just go ahead. And I will see y'all on Thursday with another video of some kind. Probably going to be an update video, just because I haven't talked to y'all in a while about where I am in the quarantine. Thanks so much.